All right, welcome back to another episode of Knicks Morning Coffee. I'm Joe Cool with my partner, Mr. King.
Yep.
We are back. The outside is nice out. The Knicks winning. We feeling good. You know what I mean? How you doing?
You know I'm feeling good. Shoot, you talking about years and years of suffering. I'm feeling real good.
Man, listen. Knicks is moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Finally. They said in what? 25 years?
25 years. 1990, 2000.
In 2000?
Yeah.
But I was 10. That's crazy. It's been a long time. You know, excitement for New York. New York City is already on fire.
Y'all seen it.
Yeah, and we not even in the finals yet, which is crazy. Like, just to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, the cities like that. I don't know if this is the case for every team.
Nah, this is just us. Yeah, this is just us.
Yeah, nah, that's... I'm like speechless. Like, after the game, I ain't even we was up 30, and they was like, game is over. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. They were telling Tibbs, take the players out.
I mean, I could see.
I was still like,
Yeah, I would have probably took some of them out, but I would have left Hart in. Because Hart would have still gave the bench the energy to keep playing hard. So, you can't knock it because we ain't been there. So, right now, in 25 years, there's no precedent of how to handle it. Now, when it got down to 6, 7, and 8.
Well, he did take everybody out round 6.
Yeah, so that's about the time. But you couldn't trust it because, again, look how we've come back on Boston. So.
But nah, we only came back down 20, not down 30 something.
Yeah.
Almost 40.
Again, we don't have no precedent on how to handle this because we ain't been there.
Their best player is hurt. The other best player fouls out. Going into the fourth quarter. Like, as a Knicks fan, like I said, it feels great to even see us win like that.
And they got nothing from Porzingis the past couple of games.
Oh, yeah, now Porzingis, he liable to do that. You know what I mean? Like, he liable to go missing. He did it with us a couple games. Now, they say he had a respiratory illness, which we don't know how bad that affects his play, but without it, he still would do the same thing. Y'all just going to shoot and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's our game plan.
Look,
he can do other stuff, but the game plan is just to shoot it if you're open.
Look, they died the way they lived. They live and died by the 3, and this time the 3 killed them because they wasn't trying nothing else. And the driving to the hole, well, we started to figure that out. Our rotations, they got right, and then now we able to help, and then somebody's helping the helper. So we wasn't getting burned as much. But if you think about it, they shot a lot of open threes, Boston.
Yeah.
They just wasn't falling. So they say this is a make or miss league. Well, they was missing. So.
I mean, but y'all been saying that since I was young. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. We said that when game 1 and 2, where they were jacking up so many shots. I was watching Gil's Arena when he said the same thing. He said, y'all going to shoot yourself into out the playoffs, which was true.
But they shot themselves in the playoffs, and they shot themselves to a championship last year. So that's the norm for them. That's not. They took the most threes probably of any team as a 5 or 6 top players. That's what they do. They just shoot. And but we've said that early in the year that they're going to shoot no matter what.
I mean, it does work.
Whether they on or off, they're going to shoot.
Yeah, my only thing with them is, yeah, it does work for them. It's not going to work with every team. So every team couldn't even adopt that situation. Because everybody it seemed like on the starting 5 to the bench, everybody shoot. They don't got a player that don't shoot.
Yeah.
Like, even when the reserves came in, even they shoot. I was like,
well,
oh
that's the fool's gold part about the 3. You know, Golden State got away with it. For one, they had 2 of the best shooters the league has ever seen, and 2, Golden State had constant motion. So you got constant motion, and you're moving yourself, and you're moving the ball gonna find the hot hand. But like the game that they blew us out, right? What was that, game 5? They were moving. The ball was moving and they was moving. So we were just scrambling, couldn't get to the shooter. So now they shooting in rhythm. But when you're just coming down, jacking them up, or step back and pulling it, that's not going to work for 48 minutes. I don't care who you are.
In game 2, that's the part of the 3 that killed us. Yeah. Jason Tatum just shooting any kind of 3, and it's going in.
Yeah, you're shooting with nothing to lose. And really, to me, had it not been Boston, because they did that all year, I would have just said that's like a blatant disrespect for the Knicks. That I'm not going to run those sets. I'm just coming down and shooting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a disrespect to the defense. Like almost like I'm saving myself for the next round. Well, there's no next round for y'all because y'all are gone. But we got to give big kudos to the Knicks by the way they hung in there with their game plan, their defensive schemes. You know, we had some faults, but they hung tough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, our defense is winning the games. Offense, I think we still need to tighten up, maybe change some things versus the next team.
We lightly celebrating still, y'all.
Yeah, I've been celebrating since that day. But listen, I just want to say this. If he wasn't sitting here, out of respect for him, I don't care nothing about no Mike Epps. I don't care nothing about no Jackson 5, no Michael Jackson. I don't care about no Indy 5000. You heard? Listen, Knicks in 4. I don't care what my boy always say.
Nah.
I was saying Knicks in 5, but Knicks in 4.
Nah, I ain't saying that.
Forget the Pacers. Knicks versus the Pacers, home court advantage.
This could have the possibility to go 6-7. This has the makeup of a 6 and a 7 because what Indiana is bringing to this series is they're bringing a combination of Detroit and Boston. You know, they're bringing the tenacity of Detroit's suffocating defense, and they bring in Boston's willing to jack the shot up and put it up. So they bring in both. So we're gonna have to play, we're gonna have to scheme, and we're gonna have to do little things different in this series. We should be the better team, not just because we're the highest seed, but because we have the better players. But again, they're not gonna lay down.
Right.
They're not gonna lay down, and they have a history of picking on the weakness of your team. So they unlike Boston got away from finding a mismatch, they're gonna keep searching for the mismatch.
Yeah, but also I'm thinking of last year. Last year, 2 things happened for me. One, we was hurt, like severely hurt. I think Mitchell was out. What you call it? That we just let go for Towns.
Oh, Randall was
out.
Yeah, Randall was out.
I think he was either out or hurt.
No, Randall was out.
Brunson was hurt with a knee problem or whatever he had. Hart was hurt. You know what I mean? OG was hurt. So it's a little different when we running our players up and down the court for the whole series. You know what I mean? The second thing was we fell into that Detroit trap where Detroit felt like they was the bullies or the old Detroit from back then. So though you was physical, you ain't like when they was physical to you. And that's what happened to Detroit. Because we was physical with them, they didn't like it. Now that Indiana did that to us last year, now we understood and now we ready for it. So that's a little different than last year. This is why I'm talking so much mess. Not because I only don't like Indiana. I don't like Reggie Miller. I don't even want him to call the game. Listen, everybody getting it.
I don't like Indiana neither. But I just want to make sure that we don't take nothing lightly. Like even Brunson was hurt. Now that last game, the elimination game last year, that's where his injury hurt us. But he owned Nembhard. Remember, like it was pitiful what he was doing to Nembhard last year. Now they coming back the same. They coming back with the same team, and they come back a little bit wiser. But you know the Knicks, we just have to stay focused. Yeah, we could possibly win early. I don't see 4. We could win early, but just the fact that I want us to stay focused and not look like, okay, Indiana, they shouldn't even be on the same court with us.
Listen, realistically, it's 5, but 5, 6. But nah, Knicks in 4, man.
All right, Knicks in 4.
They doubted us. This is what they said that we couldn't do. Halliburton, though the jokes is funny about him being overrated, he moved the ball around. He's not just looking for a shot. Now, if he looked for a shot a little bit more, it probably would benefit them, but he don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that case, and now I think as a team, and this is what we have to show, I don't know if they figured out. Teams don't know what to do when Brunson is not the one scoring all the shots. You know what I mean? When Mikal is attacking and doing that, teams are stuck. If OG is knocking down the shot and attacking, teams are stuck. You know what I mean? So they don't know what to do. Now Mitch, they can try to hack at Mitch, but it's not going to work for too long.
I don't think they're going to do that because they limited bigs. Well, Boston was limited in bigs too, but they're definitely limited in bigs as far as I don't know what's on the agenda as far as the matchups, but they don't have.
I don't got the matchup.
They don't have too many people. If they do hack a Mitch, you don't got too many people to go to because once you take out Turner, who the Knicks have problems playing against shot blocking centers. But you take out Turner, and then it's barbecue chicken for Towns with Thomas and them other guy, and the kid Isaiah, whatever his name is. But they can't guard Towns. Like, it's over. So they have to be careful on how they even handle. They definitely not doing hacker Mitch. You know, not early the way Boston did. That definitely is not happening.
Yeah, because I don't even, to tell you the truth, everybody says the Knicks should change up the lineup. Nah, at this point now you can kind of just leave it now. Because once you bring Mitch in with Towns, if they're not in that foul trouble, Pacers can't, they don't have nothing to counter that we know of. Like, I think Stewart is bad. Last year, I think Stewart was hurt for them.
Was he hurt or did he play the?
He played like one game, and then I think he got hurt or something. If I
they're gonna rely heavily too, on their starters, because if you remember too, was it T.J. McConnell? He was a pest last year, but now we coming with more firepower.
But all season, I think we figured him out.
Yeah, we come with more firepower too.
Yeah.
Though. So that's gonna be hard when you're looking at who's gonna guard who. We're going to have an easier time guarding them because of the way that we can switch. So you're looking at, we have OG, McHale, and Hart, who, if the double team don't come, they have nobody to get by them guys. Now, if the double team come, look who we have that's able to switch onto their next player. So same way we was able to do with Boston, it should be a little easier with them guys, but we know that they're going to shoot.
It was almost like Boston at one point. I think they prayed Brunson stayed in the game. Because Brunson, he was kind of looking for the switch on a lot of them times. And I'm like, he got to just guard the best player. If it happened with the mismatch, it just happened. And just so happened on the Celtics, everybody he's switched with is a mismatch. They taller than him, they stronger than him, and he can only just stay in front of them and just hope they miss. So he played good defense. You know what I mean? I'm not saying play, but now when you bring in McBride and no Brunson, and even if they do switch or don't, it's like they're a menace on defense.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, they're gonna,
switch
gonna be suffocating.
To the left, you switching with OG. You switch to the right, now McHale's on you. Now, do you want to even switch? Do you even want to set the screen?
And
Towns is playing good defense, though he's not a block shot defender. The fact that him and Mitch, hands down, phenomenal.
When it's just Towns,
jumping,
they're gonna go at Towns probably when it's just Towns. Now the lineup you were just talking about with Deuce, and then you throw Mitch in that lineup. Now look at when the pick and roll come, because Mitch plays up on the pick and roll, and then you have Deuce on the other. Now they definitely lost when they switched.
But that's what happened on that. I want to say it was with Jaylen Brown. I think this is almost like right before he came out, and Mitch was sliding his feet and staying with him. That's the second time he did that in the game. The first time we gave the credit to OG and McHale from getting the block from behind. But if Mitch don't stay with him that whole time and slide his feet and then kind of just pass him off to OG in the corner, OG didn't really have to step up. But the fact that OG was there and then McHale came from behind, that'll tell you something there about Mitch and where his mind is at. That he's thinking.
But he's been doing that since he came in the league. He can guard guards for a short period of time. So yeah, and I like the fact too on some of those we wasn't passing off, some of those we were trapping them. And now they moving the ball to somebody they don't want to have it in a certain situation. So no, we got a nice game plan for
out there. He gets frustrated if they get second chance points. You know what I mean? A lot of times he was out there. Necessarily, Josh Hart wasn't out there. Remember, Josh Hart was coming off the bench. You know what I mean? So as a big, he probably gets frustrated. They're not looking for him to score. So now he got to get into that role and everybody say what he can do. I told the group chat this years. I remember we always talked about that. I said, Mitch he's a great piece. You just can't give him up for nothing because of stuff like that.
Yeah, the intangibles. The intangibles. I saw a stat the other day, which I didn't know about with Indiana. Like the Knicks, we like to go for second chance points. But I saw something where they said how Indiana was one of the league leaders in fast break points after the basket or on a miss. So if we sending too many to the board, offensive boards, which we're known to do, and we don't got nobody back, that's where Indiana can burn you. And then that would be the beauty of having when Mitch and Towns is out there together. Mitch can go to the board and Towns can fall back because they're definitely gonna run on the make or miss. So that's something too. There's little things that I'm pretty sure that we already had our scouts on top of whoever's going to win.
Man, listen, and then too, I just want to say, the neophyte, he gonna be a neophyte forever. McBride.
Oh,
That boy good. just when I was about to complain, it's almost like he heard me, and then he just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, his jumper definitely was way more consistent this year
Because
than it was last
like
year.
it was almost like I think when not even like before Brunson fouled out, it was like y'all have to step up. You know what I mean? We know OG was trying all year long, but I think OG probably got to work a little bit more on his feet work. But Mikal, Towns is just out of the play, and I think that's really more our fault. I know he tends to go missing in the playoffs, so that's what I was cautious of with Towns, but it seemed like it's our fault. It ain't Towns' fault.
Well, it's both. It's a combination, though. You know, Towns have to.
He has to demand the ball, but how much you gonna demand the ball to
not demand the ball. You come down and you stake your position down on the block or wherever it's at. You go and you get your position. When you're coming down court, they don't know where you're going. I mean, they got the scouting report where you like the ball, but when he first came to us, he was moving around that block. You know, he was a threat anywhere on that block, on that whole square. So that's what you have to do. You find your spots and you come down and you take your spot, and let them try to push you off the spot and leave it in the ref hand.
Right.
So, yeah, so we good there, but I'm interested to see what is our matchups gonna be, who they're gonna have guarding Brunson, because if you think too about last year, now this is even a better Brunson, but Neesmith, he guarded Brunson, he roughed Brunson up last year, but that's why I understand they helped us by keep going back to Nimhart on Brunson, which Brunson made him look like a little kid. He's at least 6'3", 6'4", something in that range. And Brunson torched him.
I mean, yeah, but Brunson is getting, I'm going to say the Knicks treatment. He's not getting the superstar calls that all the other ones get. He getting the Knicks superstar calls where they barely even calling it. But I think we kind of figured that out. If you notice, Brunson ain't been the one bringing the ball up every time. If Brunson get it, he might just throw it out to McCall and let them bring it up.
Yeah,
for some reason why, it's almost like the scouting report is the beat up on Brunson because they not going to call it. I don't know what that is.
No, and that's fair. You pick on a little guy. That's what you're supposed to do.
The Celtics did that. I mean, it sucked to see Tatum go down, but when y'all falling on top of Brunson, pushing him to the ground, yanking on his arm, that stuff you do not have to do.
Look, that
even with Jaylen Brown, when grabbing him by the crotch, pulling on the arm, that stuff you don't have to do. So, like, it's almost like the scouting report is like, for the Knicks, like, you got to play dirty because we so physical when we go to the hole. Josh Hart can't even do what he want to do because y'all doing the horse collar every time you go up or knocking him upside the head and we not getting the call. So, I don't know if that's, I don't know what that is for the Knicks, but
yeah, but because on
we winning now, that got to change now. Like,
well, on the Jalen front, even though he probably led the league in getting the charges, drawing charges, but he's like Marbury and like Melo. When you're a physical guard or physical player, they're not giving it to you. You know, they're not going to constantly give it to you because part of your game is predicated on somebody being physical with you.
But the crazy part is he only physical because they can't guard him. So now he got to play like that. Like this year, the first year, I mean, since we got him, when he first came, he was beating them off the dribble and stepping back and shooting it. Then they were trying to be all up on him, and then we found out, oh, he got post moves now.
Yeah, he got footwork.
So he showed that halfway through the season because the scouting report is put your best defender on him. The best defender going to be all up on you. You know what he did? He showed you, oh, I got other moves. So now they not really so much all up on him. They just trying to push him and foul him to get him out the way.
They try to get him off balance, but he's an off balance shooter. And all you really doing is you pushing him to his move. That's the kind of physicality they like. Some people they play him wrong. He want that bump. You know what I'm saying? You propelling him into his step back move because he can almost shoot it off one toe almost. So what do you do as a defense? But Tibbs, just get locked in with your coaches and find the right mismatches, because one thing, Indiana, they're going to keep coming. They're going to keep coming no matter what. And we got to be prepared for that onslaught.
Well, listen, folks, Knicks versus Pacers. Wednesday can't come fast enough. I don't really want to rush it.
I do. I'm ready right now.
I'm ready.
We ain't got nobody really, like Brunson got little ankle problems. We ain't got nobody really banged up. I want to go while this rhythm is in our favor. Our rhythm is clicking, and that's why.
I think we need a little bit of the break after Detroit and the Celtics.
Nah, we don't need nothing. We had the 2 days. I'm ready. Let's
but it really can't. I thought it was gonna have to come back tomorrow, Monday. or when y'all see this, it's going to be today or tomorrow, depending on when we drop it. But
we can drop it in the morning.
Man, listen, I thought we was going to need a break at least 3 days before we even go see Indiana, because they're all going to run us.
Well, that's what we got. We got 3 days,
so
4 days.
Now we good. So I can't complain. But just Wednesday, come on. This like waiting for a Marvel movie. I don't know what's going on.
Well, listen, Knicks Pacers. We not even a look that we got home court advantage, and then and somebody could even check that I know we don't got home court advantage, and this is not even looking past Indiana. I know we don't got home court advantage against OKC, but do we have it against who's the next team? Who's waiting for Minnesota? Do we have it against Minnesota? I think we do. So if Minnesota wins, listen, if Minnesota wins,
that's a conversation for the next time. That's going to be a crazy matchup.
Yeah. When I'm just saying, you're thinking about the city, and people talking about booking their flights to New York. To not even you ain't got to book it now to go to the game. You can book it to be outside, because y'all see what's going on. I was in the city yesterday, and you see how it was crazy out there. Still,
I'm just the fact that you got Randall and DiVincenzo Dante over there.
Yeah, and it ain't.
That trade happened this year, so that if we both make it, I mean, even with OKC, because you could say Isaiah Hartenstein, he don't take it because he want to go to a contender. And now your team made it.
Yeah, but ain't Obi still on Indiana? You know, we well represented. He don't really play.
I mean, but Obi left the year before that.
Yeah,
and
but our Knicks
they knocked us out.
But our Knicks are well represented in these playoffs.
Right.
You know, so that feels good too.
It feels good, but they're gonna say we cursed if we don't do we don't pull this out.
Nah, I don't see how we can't. I really don't see how we can't. Not the fact that we got home court advantage, because we almost played better on the road. So, nah, this ain't no curse. This comes down to mano a mano, how bad the Knicks want it, because it's laid out for you. Couldn't be laid out any better than what it is right now. So.
But man, listen, that's it. Sun coming out, shining bright, feeling good. Knicks winning, no matter what the haters gonna say and roll their eyes and do. But
it don't matter.
We see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.